When we thought about beginning our digital transformation journey, my leadership team and I got together and started talking about what needed to change. And as usual, we started with a list of the actual goals we had for the organization. Make forecasting more accurate. Could we use technology differently? But we quickly learned that the actual list of things we needed to make were about what cultural attributes we needed to build in our team. How are we going to make it important for each of our team members to get comfortable with new technology? How are we going to incent them to learn and not be afraid of moving forward with this process? And how are we going to motivate, have people be excited about learning, excited about the adoption of new and different ways of approaching problems? And so for me, when we look back, I realized that it was almost more important to realize the culture change you needed in the organization than it was to realize the business problems you were trying to solve. Because really what we needed was a motivated workforce, not just our leadership team or my direct reports, but every layer of the team needed to feel like they were going to be incented and be valued by their adoption of the technology, by the outputs that allowed them to have. Then we could let each of the teams be empowered to pick their goals. Whether that goal was around forecasting or credits or collections or using it in treasury teams or tax, it needed to be about really having your team say, I want to do this. I'm excited to do this. And I feel like by doing this, I'll be more valued by the organization. When I think about the way that AI has changed the role that finance plays in an organization or in our organization, it really goes back to thinking about changing your mindset from reporting or how do I report results to how do I influence outcome? How can I help each group make a better decision? How do they know the next best action to take? And so it's less about, oh, wait, we are doing this through AI. It's more about, wait a second, I've just realized I can have more impact with the adoption of AI tools to be able to drive the business faster. And whether that comes through a conversation you have that's about, hey, wait a second, we're meeting the budget, but oh, you know what? If we did these next 3 things that really influence revenue, we could grow faster. We could deliver a better customer outcome. We could actually maybe improve customer satisfaction. We could reduce churn. These types of conversations have actually built a different relationship. The way finance operates and builds a business partnership is less about reporting the past and far more about influencing in the future, being able to have these types of conversations that they couldn't have before. Not that our finance members weren't capable of doing that, they've always been capable, but this gave them a vehicle to have that explanation, to feel proud of their work, and to be able to see a direct connection to customer outcome. For us, that can often mean using tools for forecasting. For example, that's an activity that I think everybody does in finance, and most people don't love, because really all you can be is inaccurate. And everybody thinks like, oh gosh, I know what I'd love to do, be wrong. So if you think about AI, it's not about guessing or using a history in Excel to get to the right answer. It's about knowing the different variables that impact that outcome and being able to talk about those variables with clarity and with confidence. With our team, as we adopted this type of technology, we both got more accurate and had fewer cycles, spent less time, forecasted fewer items. We reduced the number of line items that we forecasted by 90% and then got more accurate. Imagine how that made the team feel. They went from doing a lot of rigorous work on a weekly or monthly basis, not seeing the impact, to a situation where they're able to influence the impact and do the right work at the right time to get a better answer. For us, that's just changed a ton about how people feel about their job and frankly about the happiness they have in it. When I think about giving advice to fellow CFOs or business leaders going through their own journey, I think I would say start with what you're trying to accomplish as a team. Are you trying to accomplish a long list of items or pick a few things to make meaningful progress on? For us, we chose the latter. We picked a few things. And by the way, they weren't always our hardest problems. In many ways, we needed easy wins. We needed to build our confidence in the technology. We needed to make it not quite as scary for our team to learn and to approach. Because really, the people who are going to adopt AI, who are going to help build the algorithms, who are going to help build the tools, were our own finance people. We didn't need new talent. We didn't need different types of people. What we needed was a bravery and a willingness to learn and understand that they already knew what we needed from them. We needed to understand the business outcome. We needed their expertise to understand the variables that impacted, and we needed them to work with experts to help take their knowledge and build tools that would make their job easier and make the outcomes better. In some ways, when I think back, I was like, gosh, I started the first time by saying, oh, the most important thing to get right is this. I look back and realize the most important thing that we needed to do was build confidence. To build confidence in our leadership, to build confidence in our people, that the adoption of these tools was going to actually make them better at their job. It wasn't about replacing who they are. It's about making the tools that make them better and bring out their own knowledge and ability to change the business. And so we actually, I would say, pick a few things. Get a couple easy wins. Build confidence. Build excitement. Build rewards into the system that have people say, I want to do this. I want to raise my hand to volunteer my business process to be reinvented. I want to be the one who thinks about how I could do this job differently, better, using tools. And what I think you'll discover as you go through that journey is you'll be surprised by different people's approaches. You'll have some that dive right in. You'll have some that are a bit more, maybe stand back a little bit. But gosh, once they understand the impact they can have, they may be the ones that drive the big project, the big outcome. The other thing I would say is it's not about building new teams to deliver this. We didn't have a special project management office or a portfolio that said, oh, now we're going to build a project team. We let the teams do their own work, do their own learning, own their own outcome. When you do that, you're able as a leader to see your leaders grow, see which ones are brave enough to raise their hand and say, I don't really understand this. I want to be trained. I want to learn. And you see who empowers their teams. I have to say, it's been one of the biggest benefits of our multi-year journey has been to watch leadership development, watch managers, watch and see who the good ones are, who let their people grow and run with these ideas. And I look and say, gosh, I mean, if I'd known that earlier, what a win that would have been. So I wish you all the best of luck on your own journeys. But I would remember matching cultural transformation with the adoption of technology will actually have a multiplier effect.